Hi guys and welcome back. How are you all doing today? Good, bad, some in between. So I've tried filming this video now 3, 4, 5 times. Every time I feel like I'm complaining and I don't want to complain. I just want to, you know, tell you guys what's been going on in my life lately and why my videos are a bit late and stuff like that, even though they always are. So this is just an excuse. I just want a fair warning before this video starts is that this is just gonna be me rambling and complaining probably a little bit. And yeah. And it's going to be a bit more serious than my normal videos, just so we have that in the clear. Sorry if you can hear everything in the background. There are a lot of people on the roads today, so I don't know why. So yeah, where should we start? The last time I just made a video like this where I just sat down and talked was in March, I think it was, and I had just been temporarily laid off, or furlough, I don't know even how to say it. But yeah, I'm still temporarily laid off. I was back to work for 1 month in September, which was amazing. It was really nice to be back to work and, you know, actually do something. But I kind of realized before it happened that I was going to get temporarily laid off again. Why are the roads so noisy today? I'm sorry if you can hear the road in the back. It's for some reason been really like busy today and really noisy, so I do apologize if you can hear everything's going outside. I closed the window but you can still hear it, so sorry about that. Where was I? This is the reason why this video never end up being done, because I get distracted. So yeah, I was back to work for 1 month, which I thought was amazing. It was nice to do something again and feel like you're back to like the normal life. But I did realize when I saw how few people were on board aircraft and stuff like that, that it probably wouldn't last that long, and it didn't. It lasted for 1 month, and then I got temporarily laid off again. But it didn't really shock me. I was aware that was going to happen, but like I said, it was just nice to be back for a little bit. And the thing now is that we are still not sure if the company I work for is going to survive. The coronavirus has taken a really big toll on the airline industry in general. So, and then our government doesn't really want to support us, like the airline that I work for. By the way, some colleagues has made a music video, so make sure to go and check that out. I will leave a link. I think this is correct way to point here, I don't know, but somewhere on the screen here, and I will also leave a link down in the description, so you can go and give it some love. It is in Norwegian, just so you know, but go and give it some support. It's basically just a song for Norwegian, the airline that I work for, because we all really do hope that they will survive and pull through, because there's a lot of us and we don't want to lose our jobs. Basically, we love our job. That's why we're still hanging on. By the way, if I'm laughing and stuff like that through this, it's just because that's how I deal with things, is through laughter. So yeah, so it's been that. I've been thinking a lot about that, and that I don't know if by the end of this if I have a job or not. I am still hoping. I'm still hanging on there for dear life, but it's still something that you think about from now and then, that you don't know how it's going to end up. I think a lot of people in the airline industry will probably agree with me with that, this is hard times. It is hard times. And as I kind of quickly mentioned it in the last video, the fact that I ended up in hospital because of my appendix. My appendix decided that it didn't want to be a part of me anymore, so it did actually burst a little bit as well. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And I did end up with a lot of complications because of it, or not a lot, but a few. For example, that my lungs collapsed and stuff like that, so fun times, good times. And I ended up staying in the hospital for 6 days Normally when you do like a removal of your appendix, it usually is like a one-day thing. But because I was struggling with keeping things down, and also the oxygen level in my body was not the best, it's just so weird when they found out that my lungs had collapsed. So I got this fun thing to use when I was in the hospital. I haven't used it a lot when I got back, but I still have it because they gave it to me. It's to use like this. And it's to like blow up your lungs a little bit. So yeah, I had like 6 days when I was in the hospital because of that, which was not a lot of fun. But I can't really complain because I know that I'm extremely lucky that I live in Norway, and well, you get basically everything covered. The only thing you pay is like, I paid like a small fee because I went to the doctors first, like the doctor's office, but then again, like I took the ambulance from the doctor's office to the hospital for free, and I stayed in the hospital for 6 days for free. I only paid like a small fee of like 20 bucks for everything, so I can't really complain there either. I just want to mention like that's the reason why I was completely off the grid for a while. And then this is like a month ago now. Yeah, that's just roughly about a month ago now, and I did struggle still with like with my appetite and stuff like that. It started slowly going back, but then I was extremely unlucky and I ended up getting the coronavirus, because why not? Yeah, I got a little bit ill, not like a lot. I just had this was like last week, but like a few weeks after the operation, I started like feeling just like a normal cold, not really ill, but just a little bit of like a sore throat and stuffy nose. I decided to get myself tested because I'm always scared of giving it to others. I decided to get myself tested because my biggest fear is to give it to somebody else. That was my biggest fear. And I didn't think I actually had it. I just thought I have a normal cold, but like, I was like more like, okay, let me get it tested just in case. And because here's the thing, I have gotten tested quite a lot because of my job. When I was back to work in September, I got tested like, how many times? 3, 4? I don't know, something like that. Because you had to get tested every 7th day. You had been in a red zone, like a red country. And since I was in the red zone or red country like my work period, I got tested every time I got back from work. So I've gotten the test quite a lot, and I also got the test when I was in hospital, because you had to get tested before you got into the hospital. So I'm not unfamiliar with the test, but I always got back a negative answer. And then suddenly they called, and I know that when they call, it means you have it. I was a bit shocked, a bit surprised, because I wasn't expecting it whatsoever. I was just like, oh wow, okay. What do I do now? And at least like in Norway now, it's like a limit on how many people you can meet a week and stuff like that. And I also been really careful with it, because I knew my immune system wasn't the best at the moment after surgery and everything. So I knew exactly who I've been hanging out with and stuff like that. So it was easy for me to give the people that I knew I'd been in contact with a call or a message. So all of the people that I've been in contact with, they had to get tested as well, and the people that live with as well had to get tested, and nobody had it. Luckily, like, I was so happy about that. I was super scared that I would give it to somebody else without knowing it. But yeah, no, nobody that I knew that I've been in contact with had gotten it, which is and like I said, I was extremely lucky that I had so few symptoms. Like I said, it felt like a completely normal cold, and it's been like that through the whole thing. I was finished in isolation, well, no, I think it's like 3 days ago now. But yeah, even though I'm done with isolation and stuff like that, I'm still extremely careful, and I don't want to go unnecessary out to meet people. And I think I'm going to keep that up for like at least a week or something like that. I don't really have any symptoms anymore. Maybe like a little bit of stuffed nose still, but except from that I am symptom free. And apparently they go after if you have a fever or not. And I haven't had a fever through the whole time I had corona. I just had a lot of bad luck. The only thing that was annoying, of course, was the fact that I just started getting my appetite back, and I lost it again when I got corona. So I have been struggling a little bit with eating, but it started to slowly come back again, which is good, because it's not good to not eat. That is something I think we all can agree with. And I've been extremely lucky with my family and friends. I made sure that everything's fine, and talked with me when I need to talk with somebody, and my friends have gone shopping for me if I needed something in from the stores and stuff like that. So I've been extremely lucky, and that's why whenever I film this video, I'm scared that it sounds like I'm grateful, but because I'm not. I realize that I've been extremely lucky when it comes to having so few symptoms and having people around me that cares. But I just wanted to kind of give an explanation to why I've been a bit distant lately, and yeah, because it does take a toll on you when everything happens at once. It's just a lot mentally, and I'm not even gonna lie about that. It has taken a little bit of a toll on me. I feel like, okay, you have a hurdle, and then there's the next hurdle, and then there's the next thing. So it's like, oh, you don't know am I gonna have a job at the end of this? Oh no, I have to go to the hospital because of my appendix. Oh no, I got corona. So it's like, I felt like I couldn't get a break. Kinda. But at the same time, like, you get through it. I got through it. So here's the thing. I am what you can call an extrovert / introvert. Mostly an extrovert, but sometimes I need time with myself. But that time with myself have been a lot lately. And I'm not even, like, it was a lot. First it was the fact with the job, and then I ended up in hospital for 6 days, and then I ended up with corona. So it was just so much happening at once that was resulted in me spending a lot of time by myself. I'm not gonna complain, because I do have amazing friends and family that made sure that I'm okay, have asked if everything's fine, and gone shopping for me when I needed that and stuff like that. So it's not me complaining, it's just me explaining that it does take a toll on you to spend that much time by yourself, but at the same time it makes 100% sense. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time by myself now. I'm not gonna complain, because again, I had family and friends making sure I was fine and going shopping for me, stuff like that. It was just a lot of time right next to each other where I spent time by myself, because when I was in the hospital, I couldn't have visitors, which makes sense, of course, because of the pandemic. And then I spent time in isolation because of the coronavirus. So every time I spend time by myself, it makes sense. It's just, you get a bit like, oh, I want to meet people. But then again, like, it's wrong to say that as well, because it's not like I haven't like been hanging out with tons of people either, because I don't want to, because we have like regulations now, how many people you can hang out with. So, but it's the feeling when you can't. It feels worse when you're not actually allowed to meet people. That is like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so it's just a feeling of not being able to meet people, I guess. It's not like that my life hasn't changed that much, really, except from the feeling of not being able to. And yeah, I should have spent a lot more time now to make a lot more videos and edit, but I've been lazy, I'm not gonna lie. I spent a lot of time on TikTok and on YouTube. hey. That is basically the reason why I've been a bit distant lately and not been uploading as much. Not that I actually do that in general, but I have an excuse now. But I think if you're familiar with my channel, you know that sometimes it takes time between each video, and some videos are really late. That's just how I roll. I just want to explain a little bit. I just also want to say to everyone now that might be like, check in on your friends and family in these times, because a lot of times people don't have a lot of people to talk with, so check in on each other and make sure everyone is doing fine. It's strange times we're living in, isn't it? And 2020 has been a long year. And I know a lot of people have had a rough year, and let's all cross fingers and hope that next year is going to be a lot better. Hopefully when the vaccine and stuff like that comes around, stuff will start to slowly move back to normal. Not that I actually know what's normal anymore, but you know. And I think so. I still have hopes that it will go back to a more normal day-to-day life, and I know it's going to take time, but that's just how it is. Just have to take one day at a time, basically. And I stand by that. One day at a time, and not stress. That's just basically my advice, because you can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. And yeah. So that is the reason why I've been a bit absent, is because it's been a lot in my personal life. And I think it's important as well to make these kind of videos, to say like, my life is not perfect whatsoever, stuff happens behind the scenes. Like, no, I don't have like a large following, but at the same time I don't want to pretend that my life is always perfect and it's just traveling and having fun. Sometimes there's other stuff happening as well, and I just wanted to be honest with you guys, and just have like a really chill and relaxed talk. Let me know if this is something you want to see more of, just me talking, kind of like just like completely relaxed in my oversized hoodie. And just talk a little bit. Let me know, and what do you want me to talk about, if you want me to do that. I think it's really nice to just sit there and talk a little bit and not stress, and just explain things and say my side of stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little more serious video. I am not that good at making serious videos, but sometimes it is necessary. And I just wanted to share what's happening in my life at the moment. Not a lot. I'm so good at making serious videos, aren't I? Yeah, no, I know I'm not. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon.